Jim Rohn, an Olympian athlete, once said a quotable quote. He said that motivation pushes you, but habit keeps you. Habit is what keeps you consistent. Habit is what constantly pushes you on the right path. I've said this thing again and again and again. I've told several young persons that it's important you listen to motivation. Motivation can get you going. Motivation can set fire on you. Motivation can set you on the path, on the direction in which you want to go. But what keeps you on that path, what keeps you consistent on that path is your habits. The right habits you have, the right characters you have, the right habits that you have towards a particular thing. You see, several times in life, you've been motivated to do a particular thing. Say, for example, if it's starting a business, if it's starting a career, someone motivated you. Maybe he told you about the different possibilities that you can have in this thing. He told you how you can go about it. Do this, do this, do this. And he set a fire on you. He lit a fire on you. And since that day, you always feel that, man, I want to do this. I want to do this. But you realize that a couple of months down the pipe, say 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, you start to lose the zeal that you have. This is just the reality of life. I mean, this is how life is. Really, motivation can set fire on you, motivation can charge you, and you want to keep going, you want to keep pushing. But the truth is that motivation will only last you to a point. You need to develop habits that will keep you constantly pushing on that point. You see, one thing I try to advise young persons is that the moment you start getting motivated, the moment you start getting charged, the moment you start getting so much passion, so much zeal to pursue a particular thing, immediately you should start to build habits that can sustain that motivation. That's why I often hear my mentors say that the moment you get motivated, take action immediately. The moment you start to take action, that is when you start to make a true difference in your life. Motivation comes as a cost, and the cost is at a point in time in your life, it would eventually die down. But for those that are able to keep pushing, those that are able to keep pushing, if you examine their lives properly, you realize that they've built habits over time, they've built characters over time that have sustained them. You see, one person I used to listen to very often is Dr. Stephen Akintayo. He talks about how the billionaires have habits, rich persons have habits, successful persons have habits that they have been able to cultivate over time. And they don't just move like any random person. And these things are things that you inculcate over time. Different kinds of habits. So I'm asking myself now, what kinds of habits should we be inculcating as young persons? What kinds of habits should you be inculcating as a young person? It depends on what part you are challenging. It depends on what you are trying to do. For some persons, they want to pursue the career goal. They want to become a career person, want to become a successful career person in different industries. What is the habits that are peculiar to successful persons in that industry? Pursue it. For some persons, it's in the business world. You want to be a successful business owner. You want to be a successful entrepreneur. What are the habits that are peculiar to successful business persons in that industry? Pursue it. Really, it's important that you start to look at the people that have become successful in that thing that you want to become successful at, and you start to examine their lives. What are the things that this person did? What are the things that they did that helped them to this point? Really, I try to listen to these things a lot. I try to read up on many of these biographies or watch them on YouTube. You start to realize that some of the things that these guys did are very, very basic. They are very, very basic. How that they were able to inculcate these same habits again and again and again. Enough of wishful thinking, guys. Enough of wishing that you are in that position that you've never built to become yet. You need to consciously build to become. You need to consciously build before you can become that version of yourself that you want to be. So I challenge you really. What are you building for your life? What habits are you building? What habits are you building for that particular career path? What habits are you building for that business path, for that entrepreneurial path, for any areas of your life that you're trying to build? What habits are you building? Who are you looking at? What are the icons that have become successful in that field that you are currently looking at, studying their life, seeing the patterns that they followed? Follow those patterns, follow those paths. It's not far fetched from that. Follow those paths, and eventually you start to find yourself in a position that you desire. You start finding yourself in the places that those guys started to find themselves as you grow. But you must be consistent. You must continue pushing forward. Let me know what you think in the comment section, and let's have a great day together, guys. Cheers.